Hey guys, on my daily walk here at the Sumner Link Trail, trying to get my 5 to 6 miles in. Trying to make it as routine as waking up, brushing your teeth, eating, just trying to normalize it again. And for people that have kind of figured it out before, it's always a little bit easier to jump back on the horse when you fall off, when you get off track, when you struggle as I have over the past 8 months or so. And you gain weight so much easier than you lose it. So staying encouraged is key. And kind of muscle memory of knowledge and activity. Sure, every time you fall off, you have to start again. And when you start again, you're going to have all the same issues from every time you've started again. The first little bit is slow and sore. So for the next couple weeks, I'm not going to feel much improvement, but I'm going to feel soreness and I'm going to feel, all that kind of stuff. But in a couple of weeks, the soreness goes away. And then you start to notice that your clothes start fitting better. You start to notice that your aches aren't quite as prominent. And the further you go, the more you get into it. I get to the place where everywhere is my gym. One of the times that I had been in my fitness groove, we were out driving around and sitting at a red light for a minute. I literally would get out of the car, run around the car, do like the fire drill, but run around the car, or even walk the rest of the way home, or on the street. On every corner I get to, I would do like wall squats or push-ups or something. People might look at you and go, yeah, what a blah blah blah, but they don't have to live in your body. They don't have to fight the constant barrage of demons that are stuffing Doritos down your throat, and Ho-Hos and frickin' Twinkies and ice cream sandwiches. They don't have to live in that reality. But if you can get your mindset and your mentality to be like, I don't care what people think, this is about me and my health, and whatever suits you. Yeah, of course I could go to the gym. But I don't like when you're at the gym and it's like a social networking event and no one's working out, everyone's talking, or the people that are working out are like, what do they call them? I think they call them lunks, maybe, where they like, come on, bro, yeah, we're gonna lift this weight, dude. Those guys. I don't get down like that. So if I go to the gym, I do my thing, put my headphones in, mind my business, and get out. But I also know when I'm not at gym phase yet. I'm not at gym phase because right now, with all this extra weight on me, I can't do all the things that I want to do physically. So the walking is my kickstart. It's my jump start back into fitness. This pollen is about to make me stuffy. I didn't have allergies until I hit like 45, which I think is the weirdest thing ever. Now I get super congested when I'm around certain herbal materials or when there's pollen heavy in the air. And there was just a whole slew of pollen like going towards my mouth while I'm talking. All bad. We're not going for that. But anyway, so through my experience and getting back on the horse, I know kind of a rough idea of how it's going to go. I know the food cravings are going to kick in pretty soon because I've started not necessarily restricting my diet, but I've cut out sugar and I've cut out, like the junk foods and things that I like. I've replaced them with healthier snacks. So for my Doritos, I replaced them with Smart Foods Dorito flavored popcorn, which I have once in a while as a snack. I'll have an uncured Hempler's pepperoni stick It's about 130 calories or so, and it's fairly filling. And it gives you a nice little bit of protein. And then like a tomato basil rice cake, or replace gummies with trail mix, whatever. There's options. They're not always gonna have the same effect as far as the soothing comfort of the junk food that caresses you when you're feeling down. The giant bowl of ice cream that allows you to cry into it. Or is that cereal? I don't know, something lets you cry in it, doesn't it? I cry at everything. No, but as I'm thinking about these things, I'm thinking about my experience, my life, my ups and downs, my trials, my tribulations, my history, my soul, my heart, all the things that make me uniquely me. And then I wonder, what is it about me that can be of benefit to others? And I've gone down that rabbit hole for the past several years now, trying to just be someone my kids can look up to, someone my friends can be inspired by, someone that random strangers can be inspired by. And I have all the same trappings, the depressive states, the not doing always the right thing necessarily, as far as my health, as far as my activity, my extracurricular activities. I grew up around a lot of things, but I think one of the important things is that my mom raised me in the church. So that gave me a base of morals and values that a lot of the world doesn't seem to have today. And though I'm not still an active member of God's army, I'm not an active, church person anymore. It's been some years. I see things a little differently now. But I still believe in basic principles. I believe in being kind to others. I believe in reaping what you sow. I believe in kind of, what goes around comes around, the golden rule, all the kind of stuff, all the stuff that were the underlying tones of Christianity back before Klansmen got their hands on religion and tried to make everyone feel like they knew the truth. And I do not want to get into that. So that's not where we're going. But what you will get from me is reality, realness. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I'm not going to only give you the shiny, happy people holding hands. There's more to life than that, and there's more to me than that. And if you can only take me when I'm being positive or uplifting or all these things, then that's too bad, because everyone has more dimension than that. That being said, I do try to be positive every day. I do try to wake up in gratitude and find things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes I have to manufacture it. I have to manufacture my happiness. I have to manufacture my positivity. But you do that enough, then it kind of starts to work. It might work in reverse. So say you wake up and you're feeling meh, you're feeling not so great, you're feeling like just the weight of the world is on your shoulders. You got real life stuff going on. You got medical scares, light bills. You've spent all your disposable income plus maxed out all your credit to train or to advance in a career or to just support you while money is not as readily available as it has been or could be. And it's hard to be positive in those scenarios. It's hard to be positive when you feel the weight of the world on your back and you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. The key is figuring out what your light at the end of the tunnel is, even when you can't see it. So for me, I know that right now I'm 60 pounds overweight, but I've been here before. So the positive outlook I have is that I can do it again. Granted, as you get older, it does get harder. You have less motivation, less energy, more weakness, less muscle mass. All of these things happen as we age. So it's kind of like our careers. If something isn't working, then you try to tweak it. And then you just kind of, you go until it's not working, and then you make subtle changes, and then you keep going. And you realize as you're doing this that you're fine-tuning what is working for you now. So what's working for me now is these walks, waking up and thinking about things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I'm in a position to receive auditions every day from multiple agents, a management company, and I'm grateful that I'm even in the room. Now, granted, it has been slow for me for a minute, and it all kind of happened at the same time. You know, they say when it rains, it pours. And for me, that is absolutely a true story. We had a big health scare in our family that turned into a big employer deal situation, which turned into a massive respiratory infection that I had that lasted me about 5 days. And I was all stuffed up and headaches, and it was a nasty cold, but it landed in my chest and it was bad. And it's hard to find positivity through that darkness. You got a urgent final warning, we're cutting your damn lights off, but you don't have any invoices out there, you don't have any money coming in, and all you've got is your basic living, your money that, you have multiple hustles. So you have a stream of income coming from somewhere that's helping with some of the bills, but it's not always enough to cover all of the bills. So what do? You just hold on, right? I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through multiple situations that could have broken any man at any level, like easily. And I always find a way to persevere. I think that's one of the qualities about me that is pretty remarkable, to be honest. I think that I have 5 kids. So if I can show them over, 27, 28 years span, if I can show them over all this time that, hey, stuff doesn't always work out, but the one constant that remained was that I never gave up. I never stopped trying. I never threw in the towel, although I've wanted to on multiple occasions. I'm just not made like that. So it could be part of my Scottish-Irish heritage that I'm just really fucking stubborn. Sorry I cursed. Or it could be that I just don't know how to give up. I think that being raised in the church had a little bit to do with who I am today. I think that being an athlete has a little bit to do with who I am today. But I think one of the main things that really has developed me is all the rejection and the negativity and all the BS I dealt with in the music business. It wasn't like everyone was like that to me. I had the people that really appreciated me, supported me, and just like in anything, were down and loved the music and all that kind of stuff. But the business as a whole will end you if you're not strong. My friend Tom Antonellis, his company is called Thick Skin Productions or Entertainment. I don't remember. Sorry, Tom. Thick skin though is the key. And I think I think it might be a section of a rhino or an elephant. And you see that rugged skin. Thick skin is the key, guys. If you don't have thick skin, if every little thing affects you negatively and you fold, entertainment isn't the life for you. But I think you got to be tenacious in everything that we do in life, whether you're trying to be the next office admin or the next CEO or the next manager or the next fry cook. I don't care what it is that you're aspiring to do, to be. If you have tenacity, meaning you don't give up, you have thick skin, you can take rejection and ignore the naysayers, you will be successful. That's just period. The key to success, in addition to being tenacious and never giving up, because the only ones that don't make it are the ones that give up, right? I mean, I know it's elementary, but it's true. The other key factor to me is you fall in love with the process. If I didn't love going on walks in nature, I'd be sitting on my couch watching YouTube right now. Maybe with a stop at McDonald's on my way after dropping my son off. Because, you know, you do the things that you have to do, but then the rest of the time you're like, okay, well, I've fulfilled my obligation. Now I'm not doing nothing, right? The driven person, in spite of what they want to do, sit down, watch YouTube, whatever, binge Bridgerton. I don't care what your vice is. Woo! 1 mile. I've been on with you for a whole mile so far. Anyway, my headset is telling me how far I've gone. Tenacity and falling in love with the process. So I love training. Anyone that knows me knows that I train like a madman, a savage. Every chance I get to work with greats, I do it. Why? Twofold. One, nuggets galore. There's so much you can learn, even from being an observer in a class. You know, you have these opportunities to either participate or audit. Audit is usually much more affordable, clearly, and reading is probably about 3 times as much as auditing is. But whether you're an auditor or a participant, you learn so much from all the other actors in the group, in my profession, which is voice acting, or and the teachers, of course, or you learn from participating and the feedback and engaging. But all of that to say that if I didn't love the process, I wouldn't work so hard training. I wouldn't work so hard trying to figure out what makes me of value to others. I wouldn't work so hard trying to figure out how to maneuver in a different way, in a way that I haven't thought of before. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting the same results. It's the definition of insanity. So if it didn't work before, tweak it, fine tune it like you do on your DAW when you're trying to plug in your sound. You ask George the Tech, you ask Tim Tippett, you ask Jordan Reynolds, you ask Eric Romanowski, you ask any of these guys that are engineer, producer, Uncle Roy, and they'll tell you that it's all a matter of just little tiny fine tunes for your sound, for your room. All this kind of stuff plays a factor. So, same thing when we're trying to perfect a craft. That in that instance, we're trying to perfect our sound. In this instance, we're trying to perfect our delivery, our nuance, our range as an actor, or whatever you're doing, and then applying it. And then applying it when no one is there to say, no, try this, right? So directing ourselves and being able to switch hats from talent to engineer to director, back to talent, back to director, back to engineer. Never letting them quite coagulate and mix, but different hats for different functions that we have to complete during a standard day. So fall in love with the process, and it will make everything sweeter. Everything. I get a little excited. I run out of breath a little bit. It's because I'm fat and I'm overweight, but I don't care, because I know good and hell well that it's about to be gone. By the time I see any of you all again, which will probably be That's voiceover again in December, I'm gonna be back to myself. as long as I can stick to what I already know. And that should be the easy part. Now, it's not always easy. It's not always without its complications. It's not always just cut and dry as, just do it. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. Anyone that tells you life doesn't play a factor has never actually been challenged by real life. I get a lot of advice from people that are way above my pay grade, and their life isn't my life. I don't know a single one of them that has ever even stepped foot in the projects, that's ever had any real issue keeping their lights on, or keeping food on the table for their children, or utilizing food banks, or church food drives, or Salvation Army type stuff. I don't know anyone outside of like people that live in the same circumstances I've come from that have experienced those things, like needing bread and like utilizing WIC when your girl's pregnant, getting that free milk, getting that free eggs, getting the free peanut butter, the free beans, the free cheese, sometimes free formula. If you, in today's day and age, you can't afford to have a one income household, so if your girl got to go back to work, that's what has to happen. But then there's programs that help with that. But most of the people that I get or that I see giving out advice haven't had to have that kind of struggle. Either they've been an A-list actor for a long time and they can't remember the last time they were broke, or that's good enough reason, right? So I'll come to you from a real place. I come to you from a place of someone that has been through everything from church to gangs, drug dealing, poverty, all the above. And I'm always going to keep it 100. I've always had a good heart, always. So it's not like I was a scumbag and decided to turn my life around. I was just a dude in a situation that had to do certain things to literally survive. So here I am, surviving the best way I know how and working my tail off. And I hope that by my example, you can see that you can come from any walk of life and find success if that is indeed your intended purpose. In an attempt to find ways to add value to your life and mine at the same time, because this is accountability for me. Coming to you guys and having these talks when I'm on my walks is accountability for myself. If I'm not taping, that means I'm not walking. If I'm not walking, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm not trying to make sure that I'm around for the long haul. I have people that count on, I have people that count on me. I have people that rely on me. I have people that need me. And I have worked way too hard to get into the rooms that I'm in, to get into the graces of the people that I am blessed to be graced by, to drop dead of a heart attack. What would be I would be like if you believe in the afterlife at all, and you know that, or you don't know, but you believe that spirits with unfinished business, or that feel they have unfinished business, tend to haunt or roam and stay in between planes of existence, or whatever the hell happens. I would definitely be hanging around because I have unfinished business. I would never feel comfortable not knowing that my family is completely secure and taken care of. And that drives me. That's my why. I do this. Everything I've ever done in entertainment is because it's the best shot I got. It's the best shot I got at giving my family the life that they deserve. It's not the life I had, and it's not the life they've had to this point. But that's my driving force. You got to have a why. You got to have a reason that's bigger than you, that's bigger than fame, that's bigger than glory, that's bigger than riches, that's bigger than being an influencer. You have to have a why that no matter what is going to drive you. It's going to make you get up. It's going to make you lace up your shoes. It's going to make you put on your Seahawks beanie that I'm sweating under right now because the sun is out and it is gorgeous out right now. You got to have a reason. Otherwise, it's superficial. And superficial shit falls flat. It does not get you across the finish line with any type of grace. Man, my video was like, yo, bro, you're done, son. You've been talking for 25 minutes, bro. Like, you got to stop talking or we're just going to cut you off on the strength. Like, my video just cut off right mid-sentence. I still have 17 minutes of record time. I got to go through my gallery and get rid of so much stuff. But you never want to get rid of things, so you can put them in the cloud. The cloud. Screw the cloud. No. So let me leave you with this. I'm going to do my daily dose of inspiration, positivity, and I'm going to try to keep it going because I think that this is helping somebody to know that I came from nothing and I continue to build myself into who I can see myself as and who those that believe in me can see me as. That's a beautiful thing, and that could make the difference to one person. So make a difference. Leave the world a better place than you found it. That should be all of our goals. Until next time, see y'all.